rebel. Rebuild. Because we are the city.
That's right.
Without fear.
That is dumbass. I think it's revealed his identity though.
Yo, that was good. Hey everyone, I'm the Idea Maker, and today we are back. And not only we are back, and which is referring to me and to my bro, Rule for Knowledge. It is great, and you are back to get to experience what I think is a once in a lifetime event.
Of course, no. This is crazy. It's great to be here once again, and to watch Daredevil Born Again live with you. And I remember last season. I didn't watch the first episode live with you, right? So I was basically like fake. I wasn't fake reacting in a way, but I wasn't. It wasn't like the most authentic reaction in comparison to now. So honestly, like this is genuinely the first episode. Like this is like okay, yeah. No, we're entering with the fresh eyes this time, which I'm like, let's go. You know what I'm saying? This is what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? I'm decked out in Daredevil gear, of course, guys. So the only way you can enjoy Daredevil is being blind. Watching the show blind. So guys, just gonna wear a mask for some of this. Hopefully it doesn't spook y'all.
It looks amazing.
That's right.
It does look amazing. I gotta admit. I'm excited because we are all back for Daredevil Born Again Season 2, Episode 1. We are back with another show that I honestly find this to be a top 3 favorite of mine. But for me right now, it's Loki season 1 and 2 as number 1, and then Wonder Man at number 2, and Daredevil Born Again at number 3. It is literally at this point, which it's funny because of the fact that this is going to be a little bit different than the last time. So it's going to be different because if you guys have not heard, the Punisher will be back for a special called The Punisher One Last Kill, which will be airing a week after the season finale of Daredevil Born Again. But in my opinion, with the way how Disney Plus advertised it, it's a finale, like a part 2 of the finale of Daredevil Born Again season 2. My personal opinion, but that's just a hot take. What do you think on your opinion?
I think it looks interesting. It's really intriguing that they're doing it right after Born Again, so it might be a sign of how connected they are. Because I'm assuming that Punisher thing is connected to Brand New Day for Spider-Man, since Punisher is he's there with Spider-Man, so I'm assuming that's during that time frame, and I'm assuming this time frame is when Frank has escaped from Fisk. So it's an interesting thing. I'm really intrigued by that entire special. The whole concept of a Punisher special is really intriguing to me. So yeah, I'm excited for that. And the entire release schedule, I saw actually. I think it was on Twitter where they were showing off the entire release schedule, and it's funny. Like last season, we had the first 2 episodes came out the same time, same day, right? We had a 2 episode premiere, right? Mm-hmm. But then in this season, we only have 1 episode premiere, but we have 2 episodes next week, episodes 2 and 3, which I'm like, that's probably the funkiest thing I've ever seen in my life. But there might be a reason for it, and I hope it's great because I'm hearing great things from episode 3 specifically. So Fingers crossed, hoping for the best, And how do you think about the release schedule so far?
I think that it's because that, like with Daredevil Born Again Season 1, where I believe when they release 2 episodes midway, I think that they're going to have like a major surprise in either episode 2 or 3 to where it's going to blow us out of proportions, and we're not going to expect it. And I feel like I have a feeling. I think it's going to be Jessica's entrance. I believe is going to be at the end of episode 2, leading to episode 3, and we're just going to have her throughout the rest of the season. I'm betting that's what it is.
Oh yeah, 100%. I'm really hoping that's the case. I hope that we see a lot of Jessica Jones in the show. They advertised her a lot in the promos, so fingers crossed once again. Fingers crossed we see the Defenders at all. I don't really know. But I mean, it'd be cool, right? If Defenders, Electro, just go for the 9 yards, man. I just want to see everybody. Revive Ben Urich. Just bring him back. Screw it. Just bring back everybody.
Yeah.
Everyone,
Yeah.
So.
What would be a great surprise, which I really don't think they're going to do it, but let's just hope, is Tom Holland's Spider-Man. I don't think they're going to, but it would be nice.
Yeah, the right stuff with Spider-Man is so messed up.
Mhm.
But I mean, it makes sense though, because like, have you seen the news? Like Spider-Man, the new Spider-Man trailer. That trailer got 1 billion views amounting every platform. So like overall has 1 billion views. That's the only trailer to ever do that, which is nuts.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like some Netflix. That's like Sony saying like, okay, we're keeping this guy.
Mm-hmm.
We're not giving him away ever.
Yeah.
So I mean that bums me out, sorta. That, I mean, of course, it's a money decision. It's a business at the end of the day. But I'd love to have Spider-Man. You know what I'm saying? I want to see Spider-Man and Daredevil and Kingpin and Punisher all interact and intersect. Fingers crossed it happens one day. But I don't know if it's happening in the near future,
Mm-hmm. I mean, I definitely agree. I also feel like this is going to be the moment where we are going to be propelled into one of the best, if not the best, street level saga arc in the Daredevil, Punisher, Spider-Man era. This is going to be the best out of it, and I think we started it specifically in Wonder Man. My opinion, the street level stuff has been absolutely incredible, and I think it's something that I think we need a little bit more of.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm really like that they're trying to commit to the street level and almost like, I would say grounded but very mature side of the MCU. Like even Wonder Man, like I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm not like the biggest fan of Wonder Man as much as like you are or other people have been praising it.
Mhm.
But for me, I really enjoy the overall mature nature to that show. It's a very my brief thoughts on it is like it's a very emotionally mature show exploring what it's like to chase the dream and what it's like to have the dream, and realizing that dream might not be the biggest thing in your life anyways, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I think that's what I thought about that, and it's really it's showing maturity and growth while chasing the dream and accepting that dream, and
Yeah.
I hope we get that kind of maturity with Born Again season 2. I hope we get that maturity with Spider-Man. I hope that we get the maturity with Punisher. So I think that's what we want. I don't think we need edgy. We don't need some edgelord stuff, but we need some mature things that really address the current generation that watch this stuff, like us.
Yeah.
I believe it's us that grew up with this stuff, and it's us that are the ones who still consume it.
Yeah, it's like how they announced that Spider-Man Brand New Day is going to be about mostly a story of young adults that they go and they find out their identities on who they are and what they like and what they can do. I think that Daredevil Born Again season 2 is going to be more of, I think that even the whole street level in its entirety is more about identity and about trying to find out who they are in the smaller scale in a big picture. And especially with like Simon was trying to find out who he was, I think Matt's going to have to try to find out who he is at this time where Kingpin is at his most tyrannical point in his life, in trying to bring the anti-vigilante task force to all of New York. And it's going to be at a point where, is he literally going to be the Moses of the vigilantes, that he has to be the person who's going to get them out of out of oppression? Is he going to be the one who's going to be the leader of the Defenders, like the true Defenders team? Because we got a great Defenders team back in Netflix, and I believe it's a true Defenders team. But I think in this season we're going to figure out the real definition of Defenders, which is going to be anyone can wear the mask, anyone could wear the cape, anyone could wear the title of hero, but it's up to us on if we choose to embark on that title or not. And we don't have to have superpowers for it, because everyone is a hero in their own way. So I believe that the street level part is the identity seeking journey that everyone's going to be on.
Amen to that, dude. Honestly, I like how you described it, especially with the Moses part, which I'm like, you know what, man? I hope they really explore a lot of the religious aspects to this as well. You know, I'm really praying for that as well.
We're going to start right now with season 2, episode 1. Welcome back to Hell's Kitchen, everybody, and welcome back to New York, because we are about to get started right now.
You know, I read the papers, see the numbers that like violent crime is down, way down. Property crime too. But screw the papers. You can feel it. New York is back and better than ever.
Is it though?
Hmm.
It already, I don't know. It already feels like a different show.
Oh yeah, the atmosphere of it all.
It feels so different. I'm loving where this is heading.
Oh, the overhead shot.
I like this. I really like this. Hey, Matt!
Oh, we could be twins, buddy.
Oh, he's wearing the Double D suit! He's gonna be right behind him. Oh, sheesh! Oh, some blood.
I think I got rattled.
He's already kind of crossing the line a little.
Look at that beautiful logo. Look at this logo.
Oh, jeez! Ow! Oh! Oh, they're going into detail with these injuries, too! Oh, here we go. You know what? This really feels like an some version of Captain America: The Winter Soldier, like the opening scene.
I feel that. I can definitely feel that. Oh, whoa.
Ooh, this is cool.
He grabbed the camera.
Here we go.
He gave the camera a high five.
He's like, hi, like and subscribe.
Like that's the perfect outro.
Oh yeah, that is.
Oh.
Ooh.
Dang.
Wow.
Three. Good.
Matt is really, really like anger fueled. Oh no. Oh, that possibly maybe Fisk might kill them or something? Or I have no idea.
Most likely. I mean, you do it out of fear.
Oh, here we go. Ooh, this is so cool.
That works.
I love it. This feels so comic book accurate in a lot of ways. I love it. I love it.
I don't know when I saw that zoom in, I thought of I feel liberated. I felt the whole liberating.
Oh, what? This is nuts! Oh!
Dang.
They capsized the whole boat! This is... Oh, wow.
That paint gotta be really good. Dang, that's some good spray paint, man.
Yeah, it pretty much is.
Hold on.
Whoa!
Oh, so it really did get capsized.
A smaller version of the Titanic. Wait, who's this? Wait. Is that Karen?
did you just open a hole?
Karen! Nice to see her again.
Your source was right, this is big. It's a crack in Fisk's armor. The boat was full of weapons, rocket launchers, assault rifles. Military grade, European.
Dang.
Wow.
Just gonna lose his mind.
Yeah, I just can't help but wonder who is all that firepower for?
The anti-vigilante task force. Oh!
Oh,
I was hoping! I was
miss
hoping!
Electra though. I do miss Electra so much. I miss Electra. I mean, give me a chance. Daredevil, please give me a chance.
I am so happy that him and Karen are back together again.
Who's that?
Oh,
When I
I
was
think
a
it's
boy.
when I was a boy.
No, it's not. Oh, it is it?
Yep, it's Kingpin.
This is a terrorist attack,
Is it really though?
orchestrated and executed by the vigilante of Hell's Kitchen.
And I wonder where we've heard this before.
I want you to organize the salvage operation.
Copy that. I'll have a crew for you by morning.
The hunt for Daredevil and Karen Page. Intensify it.
Yes, sir.
Oh boy.
My thing is like, I'm surprised he never outed Matt at all. Like, for as much as he despises Matt, he has never outed him as Daredevil.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't know.
Yeah, it's me.
Is that Matthew Lillard?
Yeah, I think it is.
There we go.
Yeah, I would say cluster is a pretty apt description.
So he's working in Washington, D.C. then.
Mr. Charles, as they call him.
I don't care what he needs to do. Lockdown, task force.
Look at this
look him,
propaganda.
whatever. If
This
you
is
animals
wild.
Can do something like that? What's next?
Have you not seen what has happened in New York before? The Chitauri, half of the universe had been blipped into nothing and then brought back. What have you not seen is the question.
MCU New York must be hell.
Right.
We expose that he's running guns. He's using the free port to line his and his cronies' pockets. Show the city, show Albany who he is, and he will be held accountable.
Well, let's hope so. Especially because that it's in an area where he can't really be tried for anything. It's in a sanctioned area.
I mean, you'd hope so, but the thing is, like, if he runs the courts, that's not really a problem. If he runs the system,
Should get who he's smuggling guns for.
Right.
that's the trouble.
Please tell the
Uh-oh.
governor that the culprit will be brought to justice loudly, visibly. I vowed to clean up the streets, and I've done that.
Have you really though?
All I'm trying to say is that there's going to be a lot of scrutiny with these upcoming vigilante trials. My office needs to be involved.
I don't know what vigilantes they have actually caught, though, other than swordsmen and all that.
I don't know what you or the agency thinks that you're doing here, but it's...
Well, I don't know what a lieutenant governor actually is, so I guess we're even, aren't we, Juan?
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I totally understand. Yes, Mr. Fontaine.
Oh! No
Fontaine?
way!
That's crazy.
Oh, jeez! Dude, imagine if we actually get Julia Louis-Dreyfus as a cameo in one of these episodes. Dude.
Dang, ain't they clever?
Oh, wait. I think that's Karen. It's gotta be. Yep. And you know who, she kind of looks like a little bit like Olivia Wilde in Tron Legacy with that haircut. She kind of looks like her.
Bob, huh?
Uh-huh. The bob and then like a side profile, she kind of looks like Olivia Wilde.
This evaluation is for your legal team at Murdoch and McDuffie, as well as the district attorney. I'm just an impartial observer here.
Oh, please, Dr. Glenn impartial? That's cheeky. This is a waste of both our time.
Exactly.
If a psychological evaluation is needed, I prefer it be done by a professional, agreed upon by both the prosecution and the defense.
Yes! This dude. Huh? Oh, wait. Muse? Wait. Oh, wait. It's
probably it's in her mind.
It's PTSD. That's a great way of putting it.
So she's like kind of using like her bad experience with mass people as like a whole discrimination tactic.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
You were one of my best, and I want to save you from an avalanche of career-ending embarrassment.
Please by that.
What do you actually mean by
losing
that?
the decaying case.
Oh.
Oh, Ben. We're four
Oh.
brothers. I don't get embarrassed.
Oh, is it? So this is the case with
Thank you
Jack.
very much for,
Yeah.
My defenses are rock solid, and I have the evidence to prove it.
Oh, you think the evidence matters?
Well, I sure hope it does.
Kirsten, come back to the DA's office. I'll match whatever lie you tell me you're making here.
Huh. Wow.
Well, you know, it's a very generous offer, and I must respectfully say,
No.
fuck you.
Whoa, wow.
And I really prefer Counselor McDuffie.
Yes!
Counselor McDuffie.
I like her.
Shit, you will.
I like her. She was great in season 1, and she's got written better in season 2.
This is our best chance to expose him. Fisk will try to squirrel the weapons away at Red Hook before anyone can link him to the shipment.
You sank his shipment.
I mean, the thing is exposing fists. I mean, as much as you expose fists, would it make that much of a difference?
Unless if the people have a difference of opinion, then they possibly could. Because right now, it's like how things right now, people are not liking the way how things are working in the world, and people are being outraged by it. So when the people don't like it, opinions start to change, differences start to be shown, and, you know, we get a difference being made.
I'm looking for either of these two men. This is supposed to be one of their spots.
I'm sorry. My English.
Don't do that. Yes or no?
Wow.
Fascistas.
Exactly! That's what they are! Mm-hmm. Hey, bro! Whoa! Oh, boy.
No way.
Oh, boy. I hope Matt just shows up out of nowhere. Oh.
My useful
Oh.
little paw. Look at how she sells my lies so well. Her uncle, Ben Urich, would be so disappointed in her. But that's what got him.
Oh my gosh, look at that.
That is so messed up.
I made so much money off that secret port for my rich and criminal friends.
Who is this?
Get richer and you stay poorer. Uh-oh, looks like I...
Using bad boys is crazy. Who is doing this anonymous stuff? That's crazy. Uh-oh.
Chill.
Chill.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, chill, huh?
I am deputy mayor now in the New
Oh, yes. You remind me all the time. I mean, even on that salary, you can't afford this.
No, it's perfect. Me and Fisk owns the building, so he got me a deal.
Of course.
Aren't you supposed to be missing, Mr. Murdoch? Or dead?
Yeah. There's a lot of that going around these days.
Don't remind me.
Yeah.
Look, Achilleo and Christophe are in a lot of trouble, and I would like to help protect them if I can.
Achilleo was supposed to go to Toronto tonight.
Okay.
Then a plane to Nicosia, but...
You just point me in the right direction. I'll find him.
Yes, he will.
Where's Christophe?
I don't know.
Of course.
I just want to go home.
Of course you do. You know what? I think that can be arranged.
No. Going home in a body
I was
bag?
gonna say home in a body bag. Oh,
Hey, we thought the same thing! Oh, yep, wait. I think so.
Oh,
I
no.
think so. He goes shoot him.
Is he gonna...
He's gonna shoot him.
That's the pity.
Back of the head.
Oh, man.
I knew it! I knew it!
But I mean, don't they still need to get more answers from him, or is that it? Are those the only answers to get from him?
It's kind of stupid because that they could have gotten more answers out of him if they really wanted to, but like...
My task force is organizing a salvage team.
Mm-hmm.
No.
No what? What do you mean?
Most of my job is logistics. The people don't know that, but it's true. Like the corpses, that's easy. You just gotta make sure they sink to the bottom of the river and they stay there. But moving 30 tons of military ordnance across a major metropolitan area without a single person knowing about it, that's not easy, man. Isn't that? I mean, but it is absolutely necessary.
So we got another lunatic that's probably on the same level of craziness as Kingpin, or maybe worse.
I could put together a little night crew. Decent workers, nothing special, sailors from all over the world, easy enough to make them disappear in an industrial accident.
Looking at them like if they're liabilities at this point, like...
Are you okay?
Yeah, just the Trials, precious.
I'm wondering if the trials is going to be like the next episode, which is why we're going to get like a 2-episode thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it kind of seems a little more likely.
Everything's good? So happy to have you back.
Ήταν ένας άνδρας που περνούσε από το σκόπελο τενεκέ.
Κάνε τώρα πια.
Uh-oh.
Το έκανα. Θέλει να σε ευχαριστήσει προσωπικά.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Don't go to the back. Don't.
Get Daredevil. Get this.
Get him. Get Matt in anyway.
Χριστοφής Σάβας.
Oh, that's the other guy!
Ήμουν στο Northern Star. Είπαν ότι μπορείς να με βοηθήσεις.
Oh, shoot!
Uh-oh.
Oh no!
Uh-oh.
What do you want?
Just want to talk.
Oh no, I don't. I'm scared.
I can do this all night.
Yeah, you hit like a kid.
Oh no. I'm scared that he's gonna die.
That's his eye.
He's got an eye patch. Oh!
He's here, Daredevil.
Yes! Come on!
Oh, it was a bait. It was a bait.
It's bait. Oh no.
Jerry, enough. You're hard.
Oh no.
Take a punch a lot better 10 years ago.
Oh no. Oh no. Come on, Matt. Oh!
Ooh, you see that? He dodged that thing.
Oh!
Ooh.
Wow! The set.
Ooh.
What? Oh no, he's having a heart attack. Oh no! Oh!
No.
Oh no! Oh! No, they did not! Oh no! Oh
They're
no!
gonna die.
Oh no! I know. Oh wait! Oh! Who was that?
Is that Bullseye? Wait, that gotta be Bullseye.
That had to have been Bullseye. Ah, it is! It gotta be. You're welcome. It's Bullseye.
Such a troll. Bullseye.
Yes! Okay, is there a post-credit scene in this? Okay, there's not.
Dang, I didn't think to actually unmask him. Wow.
That's crazy.
Now that they're dead, it makes no point to.
Right? Okay, so now we're on the discussion part of this, and I gotta say, you know what? I did not feel like this was slow whatsoever. This was a great steady build to a great season premiere. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. So let's get your thoughts on this first, since you are the guest here, and I think that you should get the floor first.
Oh no, appreciate it. Let me go activate though. Let me activate it. All right, guys. I think that was very. I think a better way to describe this episode is more like steady. I don't think it was slow. I think it was steady. I think there's a lot of moving pieces still. There's a lot of characters, and especially with Heather, with Kirsten, you got Cherry, and with Matt, Karen, there's so many moving pieces. Like, honestly, we didn't get that much Fisk in this season, in this episode so far. So, I mean, that's why there's so many pieces. I'm like, oh wow, it's really lining up a lot, and I think that's why it makes this episode go by a little faster.
I think that you're definitely right that we didn't really get much of Fisk as, in this episode as what, people might have been anticipating. But I think that because he's everywhere that you go, there's already a presence to him. And I think that that's what makes him such an important piece that I don't even think you need for him to be there as much. It's just the presence part of it is definitely there. I
absolutely agree with you on that though. It was just like it's legit like it's great to see these characters back in a different way, and it's almost like there's a new sense of urgency, even without Fisk being in a lot of this episode. It's great. Oh my gosh, oh Lord have bless it. But you know, it was just great to see them all back. I can't believe I said that. Wow, crazy.
I was about to
Lord
say,
heaven bless.
Yeah. I was about to say, like, I feel like in here, like how there's so much to what we're seeing today, and it's literally reflected in this series, and it's actually eerily one of the most scary shows, in my opinion, just because of how realistic it is and how like unanimously tied in that it is. But what I really love the fact is that you always see Matt like dressed as, when he says Daredevil, he dresses in black or in red, and everybody really associates that in terms of in Christianity and in Catholicism with the devil himself. And then the way how they're looking up to Kingpin, like in the anti-vigilante task force with the cabinet members and everything, they're looking at him like if he's God at this point, because he's so deep into this whole entire run that he has. And it's funny because it's very anti-Christ like, to where that you have somebody who's seen as such a very powerful authoritative figure that's trying to lead people to the so-called truth, when we know for sure that it's not the truth, but it is a wolf in sheep's clothing in the wrong direction. Where there's Matt on the other case, who literally dresses as the devil at night, as as a vigilante, but he actually does what's supposed to be good. And even with this episode, even though we didn't get the biblical allegories or the metaphors, or we did get some direct references, and even though that we didn't get enough faith-based discussion in here, I honestly felt it throughout this episode, especially on the terms of morality. What do we have going on as a society? Why are so many people falling to a point where they want to believe these different things, that Kingpin's doing the right thing, and that there should be no due process for vigilantes, and all these other different things, on even as going as far as serving a life sentence in prison, because that they are trying to do the right thing, and they're labeling them as terrorists, which is actually scary because of how close we are. And I don't mean to get political, but it's you have a great show when you know for a fact that you can be able to relate it to now, and you feel like all of the grievances and the hurt that you have towards how people are treating, and I'll say it, people are treating immigrants like if it's the worst thing in the world. Well, to be honest, it's not, because all of us, a good majority of us, came from immigrants from different countries. And by the way, for those of you guys who are watching, just to give you guys a little bit of a heads up in history, the United States was built on the concept of the melting pot, meaning that every single individual in this country has a little bit of a different culture and different race upon them. So technically, just giving you guys a heads up, you'll know the rest, and you'll know exactly where I stand, and I think that where you stand on this situation too.
Absolutely, yes. I feel like it's a very complicated topic, especially now, and I think the way how the show's handling it so far, I can appreciate. Obviously, I don't think it's a subtle thing, but I think it's a very necessary thing to address. And I think, the fact is that he who shall not be named, and then Fisk, right? I think that's the thing where it says it, like the fact that you don't, like, people are thinking, oh, this is who Fisk is like emulating. And if that's the case, that means you kind of already know where you stand, right? Because I feel like if you truly if you see that semblance whatsoever, that means you know, right? I don't think that's the thing with like Fisk and his whole and how he's represented and how it connects to real life, because at the end of the day, the whole point of Fisk, he represents false hope, he represents false leadership, what it is to be a tyrant, not a leader, and especially in today's society, right? And that represents most of our life now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it, and I think it's not even like, I don't think it's inherently political. I think it's inherently just what's it called? It's inherently realistic, especially to represent false leaders as such as one that we have right now, in terms of who he is in a fictional show, and how much it resembles real life. And this was before they filmed this, before all this stuff was happening. That's the craziest part, man. Like they didn't like. Of course, it escalated, and it's not like it didn't exist as much as it didn't in like as much as it is now, but it's still like the fact that they filmed this stuff, they filmed it, and it's not like they filmed it to replicate reality. They filmed it to predict reality, and I think that's what's scarily intriguing, and almost like it's scary how realistic it feels, because it's not trying to replicate reality. It's trying to predict it, and I think that's where people get scared by that, you know. And I think that's really intriguing on how that works, you know. And yeah, like you and me, we're not really political people. It divides us more than unites us, and I think that's why, especially now, it's like Fisk. The way how Fisk is dividing people, he's replicating and showing that there's like he's dividing these people. He's dividing minorities, quote unquote, with these vigilantes, right? Dividing these vigilantes away from common people and making them ostracized, like they're aliens, right? He's villainizing them. He's scapegoating them. He's making sure they know and other people know that they're the problem. You know, they're the problems with the streets. They're the problems with the economy. They're the problems with everything that's wrong with this city, and that's why they need to be gone, right? And I think that's where that replicates reality more than ever, and it not just replicated the reality that was before, but it predicts what's happening now. So that's where I stand with it so far. It's just first one episode in, but yeah, you can tell it's going a lot deeper into it. And I think knowing that we're getting deeper into it, like prepping me for that, it did help my expectations more.
And you know what, you hit it right on the head, which is one of the best things that I really liked about this episode, is that, like you said, like they filmed this and they wrote this way before any of this escalated to some insane thing, which I 100% don't agree on how, you know, our society so far has handled this whole immigrant situation. It has been ridiculous. We have seen people lose their lives because of hatred of individual races over one another, and it's ridiculous. And I find it to be disheartening. And I'll even involve a little bit of my own history. My grandfather's actually an immigrant. He immigrated to this country, and he got his legal status back in the 70s, and he's been a US citizen since. He and it hits me so hard because of the fact that I'm like, I didn't realize how much some of my family's history had dealt with immigrants before, and I knew to an extent, but I didn't know how much of it was to that point. And the fact that we're seeing all of this and being reflected on here, and the fact that in real life, you know, with these vigilantes, they say nobody knows where they're being taken to. Nobody knows where these co-conspirators or these people who are working with the vigilantes, we don't know where they're being held. It's like with today, nobody knows what's going on behind closed doors with where immigrants are being taken these days. Nobody knows. And that's the scary part, is that they, like, whoever who is writing the scripts for Daredevil Born Again, I feel like they genuinely knew something before any of this was going on. Like, I feel like what they did was they looked throughout not just the comics of Daredevil and Punisher and the Defenders and any of that, but they most likely looked through history books on top of it and seeing, what similarities do they have and how could we be able to try to make a cautionary tale, a cautionary series about what's going on in our society today, which it's like, like art reflects history. And it's very much seen here. And by the way, honestly, the fact that they're starting to now elevate it farther with they're getting somebody involved from Washington, D.C. That's the scarier part about this whole entire thing, because we're only dealing with Fisk. But now that you're elevating it farther, that just goes to another level. And the fact that I think Matthew Lillard was a great actor to be brought onto Daredevil Born Again. I personally haven't really seen much of his movies, to be honest, but from this alone, I already find him to be a fantastic actor. From what I'm seeing here, he is doing a fantastic job as a newcomer onto the franchise and into the MCU, and I think that he has found a great place here. I don't know if we're going to see him after season 2, but if we do, he is definitely a threat. He is definitely a scary figure to deal with. And the fact that, like I mentioned before, he has this weird mentality that matches Fisk's. And that's already scary enough to deal with Fisk. And now we have another person who is at that same level, or maybe even more psychotic than him. It goes to show that, unfortunately, there's a lot of people who, and I'm going to put it lightly, so there's a lot of people who do not like change. There's a lot of people who don't like to accept that the world is changing. They don't like that society's changing. They don't like that technology is changing. They don't like that people are changing and that tastes are changing. People don't want violence. They want unity. People don't want, they don't want to feel like they're being put down. They want to feel like they're being lifted up. But the fact that there are people like Fisk and Mr. Charles, or whatever Matthew's character's name is, or what his true name is, if it's a pen name or surname or an alias, but the fact that there are people who want to stay in their comfort, in their comfort zone and their little bubbles in their environments, that they think that this is the only thing that I could accept and nobody is going to change that opinion from me. It's scary because that we have so many people. And I'm not going to say just in this country, but all around the world, there are many people who do not like change. They don't want to accept that there are people who have difference in worldviews, in politics, in society, in religion, in culture. They don't accept it. And that's why I feel like that's why that we have these problems today. And it's reflected greatly in this episode alone. The fact that the narrative has changed, there are more people who are more open to Fisk and what he's been doing, even though that deep down inside, most of them know that they're wrong. Most of them know that he's wrong. And the fact that now we have these people that they're going to take the opportunity to try to go forward and, try to make a difference, and they're going to make a change. And whether people like it or not, the world was changing. We had the Chitauri, we had Sokovia, we had Washington, D.C., we had Germany, we had the universe at one point, and then being brought back. And it makes me wonder, how do you not look at all this change? How do you not look at this and say, we're not in a different society? We're like, how do you say that we're not in a different society? Because as soon as when Tony Stark had put on that armor back in 2008 and said to the world, I am Iron Man, the world changed forever. The world changed forever to the point that we are now in a superhero world and we're not going to be slowing down.
Absolutely. I think that's where it is. It's an evolved world, right? It's a ever-changing, ever-evolving place that, honestly, if it's the hardest thing for people to truly embrace because of the worry of change is literally jumping into the next step, right? Like I can imagine for this show, like it reminds me, you told me like change, right? Like can you imagine this show, especially in season one, went through two different creative over. It technically didn't go through. It went through one creative overhaul, but technically two conflicting visions. You know, and that's the thing that's really interesting. It's an evolving thing that it realized that in order to survive, it needed to evolve past what it already was. And yeah, and I think that's what's really fascinating with not just how the creators and the creatives behind this show, but it's also the characters in the show as well, and how they are crafted to be a lot more, I'd say, useful in a way. Like I like to mention when you react to Kristen, right? You could tell like there's a different air to her than there was in season one. Like she's evolved a little bit to where she actually is useful, right? And same thing for Heather, which I think got the most development in this episode that she ever did in the past nine. So
Yeah.
I think that's what's really fascinating with how this show has evolved. And they evolved in just one episode, which I can really admire. You know, I don't think, you know, the fact that they said it was slow, and I'm like, I can see that this being slow, but I feel like it's steady, and it's intentionally steady to make sure that the evolution of these characters are handled correctly. Because at the end of the day, it's gonna be characters first, story second, and I think that's where I love to have it. I love that focus of, you know, we're focusing on one, the story evolving past, and two, like Kingpin and Daredevil, they're evolving past their potential, moving beyond what they were, and then three, these supporting characters, which even seeing, like, we haven't even seen Jessica Jones yet, we haven't seen Bullseye yet, right? We haven't seen the other characters that are supposed to come in. Well, we don't know about the Defenders, fingers crossed, right? But it's just a wait and see thing. But I really can appreciate the evolution, even if it's a small evolution. I can appreciate that there's a sense of change here, and I think the fact that initially they weren't going to change this vision, right? This was going to be originally the show was supposed to be an 18 episode series, right? It was supposed to be one whole season of 18 episodes with a creative crew that kind of had an intention to reboot the show, and now we're back to a revival. I think that's the greatest evolution you can ever have. And if truth be told, man, if this show, if especially this season truly like lives up to what people have been hyping it up to be, this might be one of the best evolutions I've seen in TV history in terms of a big turnaround from not just, I believe that you think season one is really good, right? But if season two could be even more than that, even better, I think that's a great evolution, you know? And what do you think about actually the changes in terms of like the visual style? Because I think you could tell that there's a slight change in terms of the visual style here.
It really brought me back to when I was watching Loki season 1 and season 2, because the fact that Loki season 1 was directed by Kate Herron, a completely different director compared to Justin and Aaron, who they directed season 2, and you saw a huge tonal shift between season 1 and 2, even though that season 2 picked up exactly right where season 1 ended. And it's a mind-boggling experience because of the fact that you're like, how is this the same show, but it's changed dramatically? And you know, for the fact that this is a series where more than likely that Justin and Aaron will be directing the whole 8 episodes in this season, and you know, seeing this this environment shift, and even they changed their craft a little bit. They changed a little bit of their style, which is another thing that, you know, I think that that's actually a really great thing that you said about evolving, because not only are the characters evolving and they're growing, and you see these significant changes, but also even the crew and the style and the writers and the directors and the directors of photography, they're changing the way that they're bringing this show to life, and that they're continuing this story that I think a lot of people are now going to be resonating with even more. And I feel like with Daredevil Born Again, I think we had some like a small cultural impact because of how relatable this series is. And I have a strong feeling that season 2 is going to be a major like a major flood, that the doors of the dam just open right up, and a major flood is going to hit them, to the point that this is going to resonate with them a lot more, especially because with how relatable the circumstances has become, and how much more effective this is going to be. And like how you said, like I feel like this is a show that, I personally believe this picks up right after, or at least a few years after Daredevil season 3 from Netflix, and that it picks right up. And it's like the same thing with in animation wise, because speaking about evolving, it was the same thing with X-Men. With X-Men, the animated series, it was its own thing, that it was for kids and everything. And that there were lessons about how to accept people who are different. And, we're in a currently evolving Marvel universe. And we're getting to the point we're going to get out of this multiverse phase. And then we're going to now head into the mutant saga, which is another drastic change in not only just in human evolution, but also in the Marvel universe itself. We're going to get mutants. We're going to have another thing where people are, if they already feel like the Avengers and the Guardians of the Galaxy and the Thunderbolts and the Fantastic Four, if they think they're going to be a problem, what's going to happen with the X-Men? What's going to happen with them? Because we're going to have that same issue too. Because people are going to be even more enraged. They're going to be more scared. They're not going to understand what's going on. And with the animated series to the revival of 97, it takes another turn, just exactly like with Daredevil. And I feel like, in my opinion, that Daredevil Born Again and X-Men 97 are at an equivalence of X-Men the animated series and the Netflix Daredevil series. They have an equivalent situation. And the fact that we don't even know how season 2 of X-Men 97 is going to be, because that Bo DeMayo's gone. We don't know how that's going to go. We don't know if the upcoming directors and creators and writers, if they have that same love for the X-Men as he did. And, who cares about what the stories were, why he got fired? I don't care. All I want is for good writing, for good character development, and that's what we got with Daredevil Born Again season 2. This has already got me like a hook, like a hooked fish. I already got the bait. This is going to be, I think, a great season 2 to what a lot of people were scared of it being a Frankenstein project. And I think they did an incredible job for it being a Frankenstein project.
Oh yeah, 100%. I think it's it's a lot. It's that season, specifically season 1. I feel like I have a lot of grace for, almost pity, right? Because you can tell that there's not two competing visions, but almost felt like one had to fit into the other vision, but it just wasn't trying to. It was a puzzle piece that was never made for that puzzle. I think that's how I felt for that season. But now here we get a full vision, right? Full creative vision. I don't know if Benson and Moore are directing all 8. I think they're directing the first 2 episodes, and then new directors come in after. But I think they have a lot of influence here still, which is great. And I like that you mentioned Benson and Moore's, the previous work with Loki season 2, which I think is fantastic, especially like one of the final scenes. And yeah, it's just splendid, and I hope season 2 for Born Again is kind of the same way for me, man. Genuinely, I hope that's the same vibe I get, that same level of hope, that same level of passion. I feel like I've been missing that type of passion in Marvel TV in a long time. I think the last time I had a lot of passion for Marvel TV was, it got to be either Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man or X-Men 97. One of those two. So I'm hoping that Born Again gives me that. I'm hoping it gives me that same level of passion I had for WandaVision, same level of passion I had for Loki season 2. You know, so big prayers to that man, because I really like. I'm like for as steady as this pacing was, it also felt very methodical. It felt what's it called? There's still moving pieces, right? And at the end of the day, there's a big cliffhanger of with Bullseye being in play, which is great. So that means that at the time, that means Bullseye's coming into episode 2. So fantastic.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm waiting for that one scene because you know in the trailers where Bullseye's in a diner,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay, you never leave that man in the kitchen. Like, why would you let him cook? Don't touch the knife. He's like, no, I'm not gonna touch the knife. I'm gonna touch the straw, and I'm gonna shoot it in your forehead, and you're gonna die.
Like you said, there's more of a complete vision in season 2 from even just from the first episode alone, and from what we've already understood from the previous experience with season 1. And this is going to be, I think, an experience that I think both of us are never going to forget, because season 1 was incredible, but I think season 2 is going to I think that because with season 1 it was we're taking the brakes off, but we're going to go 10 miles an hour and see how that goes. This is more of we're going to take the brakes off and we're going to go 100 miles an hour. They're going faster than before because they know exactly what's going to happen, and I honestly feel like this is it. This is going to be like a great moment. And honestly, I actually forgot about their work in Moon Knight too.
Yeah, you're right. They directed episodes 2 and 4 of Moon Knight.
And they had done a great job. They had done a great job with it. And I feel like this is going to be something incredible. And I feel like, in my opinion, if anybody should be like, and I mentioned this before season 1's in reactions, if anyone should get a hold of getting to be in charge of the series side, like of the MCU, I think it should be them. If anybody should be in charge of the movie side, I think it should be the Russo brothers. I don't know about the animation side, but I mean, whoever's going to be the new showrunners and everything of X-Men 97 season 2, I mean, we'll see. But so far, it's funny how it's the power of twos that help to get these projects up and running, and people get excited about them and they love them and they just want more because of how well it's being received and written and related to. Honestly, I could go on and on about this season a lot more than I would with the other episodes, just easily, hands down.
Of course, you know, I think that's where this intrigues me the most, right? Because I thought Born Again was gonna be the climax of the street level stuff, but I feel like it's just like it's the big hill we're gonna climb, and then we're gonna drop down, and then we go to Punisher, but then we're gonna go back up again to Spider-Man. It's gonna be, I think it's gonna peak with Spider-Man, right? And then it's gonna lead to something more and more and more, which I think is fantastic. Yeah, I've been wanting this from Marvel for the longest time. A lot more street level stuff, just New York stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, sure, the New York stuff that was going on in the Void, I thought that was cool. But I feel like I want to feel New York City. I want to know that this is a city that's alive. The town, the community in New York is alive, and so far, I think that's the strongest asset that Born Again does for this show. I think it does it better than how the original series did New York, because I think New York here feels a very live. You know, it's a very manipulated city. It's a very cautious city. It's a city that needs a leader that wants the best for them, but in turns gets the worst leader because they're desperate.
Yeah.
So that's why I like how they're handling New York City. I think it's fascinating that we're getting a new direction with the same show, with the same side characters, but it feels far more contextualized and it feels far more detailed. You know, it's not as detailed as you'd like it, but it's just the first episode. But I like where it's leading us, and I like that it's drawing us in a little more, and there's a lot more intrigue here than I thought there would be. You know, I think with with people saying that this episode was slow, I was expecting a lower. I had lower expectations, but I think better for it. I think I maybe enjoyed the episode a lot more, and I didn't expect more and more. But I just took what we got, and I really love what we got. I really appreciate what we got.
I 100% agree. I mean, I'll end on this note too. I think that what we got was a great steady buildup. It just makes me get more excited for what to come. And if it's a gradual climb up to the point where we just get like a huge amount of twists and turns for like the second half or even the last 2 episodes of the series, I'm okay with that too, because I want good character development. I want good storylines. I want to see this resolution happen. Like, everybody is anticipating at this point for Fisk to fall, and I am backing every single one of them 100%. And I think that this is the direction that I'm hoping that they're going for, that this is really the downfall, like the true downfall of Kingpin. Because when we tried it in the first 3 seasons of the Netflix show, it happened to a point. I believe it's a possibility with Born Again, because they did confirm that this is going to be like the last of the Mayor Fisk arc. I think that this is literally going to be the downfall. And like I said, I mean, this is a scary series in terms of how close it is to reality. So we don't even know how much of an impact this show is going to be. And once we find out if history reflects art, then we got to prep ourselves on how much will this impact us. So I'm excited for it. With that, I am definitely glad to say thank you to everybody who watched our reaction to Daredevil Born Again's Season 2, Episode 1. It was a pleasure on having you on here, bro. You have been amazing. And honestly, this journey that we've been on together was awesome. And I'm totally excited for us to getting to continue this series. And I know that we keep saying it, but I'm going to just throw it back out there again. Be sure to look out for our reactions. Well, his millionth time reaction, but my first time reaction to Spectacular Spider-Man. We'll get that out there sooner or later.
We'll get that out there.
We'll get that out there. If you guys want to see more videos like this, then please like, share, comment, and subscribe to my channel, also to Real Knowledge's channel. Is there anything that you want to get to like throw out there, like you want to just like ping out there, or just get that just get to talk about? If you guys want to follow me on any of my social media, I have got Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, aka X, my Discord server, my TikTok accounts, and my Blue Sky accounts, which all the links will be in the description below. Any social media that you want to throw out there?
Nothing so far. Nah, just Discord, and I just put that in the comment section. I won't lie with y'all.
Alrighty. With that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for seeing the return of both the Devil of Hell's Kitchen. And I'm actually emphasizing more than one. God bless you all. Stay safe. We will see you all in the next coming videos. All right. Bye, guys.
Peace out, guys. Take care.